what's up? JenuineLover here, and this video is another Loc Talk video. I did receive another email from Jasmine, and she does have a couple questions. She is new to the lock journey, so some of these questions are going to be good for you if you are in between the months of 3 to about 6 months. If you're further along in your journey, you can go ahead and exit the video now. We'll catch you in the next one, or you can stick around and give us some of your input down in the description box below. So let's jump right into the email. Alright, hey, first off, glad you're responding to subscribers and answering our questions. You're making this lock journey that much easier. I appreciate that because that's why I'm doing this. As long as you guys are requesting and watching, I'll continue to make them. I saw in your description box that your locks are self-maintained. I'm hoping to never have to sit in a salon chair as well, but my concern is whenever I retwist my hair, they always come out 2 different sizes. By the root, it's uniform. Then once you get down to the edges, it gets poofier. How do I maintain my hair so that my whole locks are the same size like yours? Okay, she had 2 questions, so I'm gonna start there. So if you already have passed about 9 months, then this may not be for you, but you can help us out in the description box. So what she's referring to is actually the budding stage. When she sent me pictures, and I'll go ahead and place those here. Once I saw her locks, my first initial thought was, oh, it's just budding. And I was right. She's only 4 months into her journey, at least when we had this conversation. She's only 4 months into her lock journey, and what she's starting to see is budding. So I told her, don't worry about it. As long as you are continuing your regimen where you're retwisting your hair and you're palm rolling all the way down, you'll be totally fine. The reason that they look like this now is because they're starting to actually lock. Once your hair matures, they will eventually be smooth. Because right now she's seeing tight roots, puffy down here. Totally normal. So if you are experiencing that and you're in between, let's say 3 to about 9 months is gone, but I'll just say about 3 to 6 months, if you're seeing that, do not be alarmed. This is the budding stage, aka the ugly stage. So she was concerned that she wanted, you know, smooth locks, but she wants to maintain them at home. It's totally fine. Now, so that you know, she was okay with that. However, one thing I did do, and I saw a couple videos of a few people that did it. I want to say, I'm not gonna drop names because it was so long ago, and I don't remember whose video I saw this, so I won't be able to link it below. But what I would do is, even if I didn't retwist, I would still palm roll. Now, I'm not palm rolling. Make sure I'm doing this in the right direction. I'm not palm rolling and tightening the root. That's not what I'm referring to. When I say palm roll, I'm simply doing this. So I'm helping those hairs mat or compact in together. I can't explain it. I'm not sure how to explain this, but I hope you're following me. But I simply just do this. I'll do it, I rarely do it dry. I mostly do it like with some oils on my hand. I've even done it with putting a little bit of locking gel on my hand and doing it. I've done it with oil, I've done it with just water, but I never do it dry because I thought, for one, I don't know if this is a good idea because I'm, you know, just making some of this stuff up as I go, or I grab something that I saw in a video that somebody tried and it said worked for them. I'll test it out to see if it'll work for me. Don't take what I say as Bible. It worked for me. It worked for whoever I got it from. That doesn't mean it's going to work for you. But this is something that I would at least attempt once to see how it turns out. Another thing that I did was, let me untwist this so you can see. You see how these are hairs that are loose? Now, right now I don't have much because, you know, I'm almost a year and a half. But I would have this fuzz all the way down. So what I would do is take the fuzz and wrap it around my lock. And as I'm wrapping, I would pick up fuzz from off the lock and wrap that as well. Now, this I have done dry. Not the root, but I have done the actual lock dry. And the reason I did it dry is because it will wrap and stay tight around my lock. However, doing it wet or with some oils, my hair is so slick that it doesn't stay. So that I do recommend it dry if you're gonna do that. I've tried it wet, didn't work. The hairs came right back loose. This seems to work better. And now that I think back, I always got compliments saying, your hair is locking so fast, or I am X amount of months and you're X amount of months, and I think we have the same hair texture, but you seem to be locking faster. Maybe I cheated, I don't know, but it helped me. Now, you will not get rid of frizz. That does not happen. It's not gonna kill the frizz, but it will help. So that's something that you can do. Also, remember to tie your hair up at night. Or should I say cover your hair. You don't have to tie it up. You never want to tie your hair super tight. A, is going to give you a headache. And 2, you can cause tension. Which leads me to her next question. My phone locked up. Okay, so, and also I have a problem with my edges thinning. Do you have any advice on what to do to make them thicker? And then it says I've attached some pics so that you have a better idea of what I'm talking about. Now, in the pictures, you can see her edges a little bit. And I've seen worse. So this is, to me, this is not thin, but she said they're thinning. So to combat that and to stop any more damage to happening to her locks, I recommended that when she covers her hair at night, leave your edges out. Don't tie your edges down, especially if you're tying something tight on your head. If you've done a hairstyle and you're trying to preserve it, or you want to lay your edges down, if you tie your edges down, don't do it tight. You know, I personally tie my edges up in the morning while I'm doing my makeup. And that's enough for me. And I might leave the scarf tied around my edges until I get to where I'm going or get down the road, then take it off if you need extra time to lay those edges. But I try not to sleep with it in overnight on my edges, because when you lay down, you know, it pulls. And my edges are very fragile. Another thing I do, and you probably heard me say this in another video, is I always lay my edges down. And I feel like I'm training them, because at one point nothing would work. I don't care what I put on my edges, they're not staying down. Now I can use a gel, they'll stay down. I get some Eco Styler gel, preferably the one with olive oil, the green one, and I get an old toothbrush, lay my edges down, it's fine. I've used Gorilla Snot, I've used edge controls. I don't really care for the edge controls because they're greasy and I'm afraid it's gonna cause buildup. But the gel-based, water-based stuff, I've used foams. They seem to work better for me. Now, because you are putting product here, it can travel to your lock and cause buildup. So what I recommend, and also not only does it cause buildup, but it's a product that dries down, so it can dry your locks out. So a few things that I do for my edges: one, I mix a little bit of oil with the gel, or I mix a little bit of oil with my Gorilla Snot. And doing that, when it dries, it doesn't completely dry and get crispy, and it doesn't flake, you know, so that helps. Another thing is, when I wash my face at night, I wash that product out of my edges. When I'm rinsing my face, I don't care if I'm using something that that's medicated. I don't care what it is. I get that stuff off my edges. I wash my edges when I wash my face. I actually saw that tip from Naturally Candace. I wash my edges, and when I I don't use a regular moisturizer on my face. I use a shea butter mix that I mixed up. It's just shea butter, coconut oil, cocoa butter, olive oil, peppermint oil, vitamin E oil. I think that's it. I think that's what's in this mixture. And when I put that on my face at night, I slather it on my edges. So I'm giving the moisture back since I'm washing them every day. And I also use Wild Growth Oil. Now, if I use Wild Growth Oil, I don't lay my edges for a couple days, because I let that product, you know, have time to work in. And I found that using the Wild Growth Oil, if I mix it with anything else, it turns into like a pasty, like buildup. It's horrible. You can't mix the Wild Growth Oil that I showed in a previous video. You cannot mix that with anything else. I've tried putting it on my hair one day, and my hair was like too wet, and it turned it white. Like, it's weird. It has to go on by itself, and that's it. Can't mix it with anything else. So if I use that, then I'm just rocking my hair out for the next couple days. I'm not doing anything to it. But those tips help me to not tie it up as tight. Mix whatever product you're using to lay your edges with some kind of oil. Wash that stuff out every night and put something on there at night to moisturize them. I promise you, it will stop breaking off. You will at least see a difference. If not, they start to grow back. Those really help me out. So if you have any other tips that you can give her for as far as the budding, which she really was just concerned that her locks weren't gonna come out smooth, and I just explained to her that that is natural. You are on the right track. Her locks are actually, for only 4 months, she's already completely locked. She's just having fuzz. So that's normal. You're supposed to have that right now. At some point it will go away. Your locks will be uniform as long as you're following a good regimen with retwisting and palm rolling your locks and tying them up and all that good stuff. And then the advice that I gave her for the thinning edges. If you have any additional input, drop your 2 cents in the comment section below. Leave me your video requests, any questions that you may have. We can chat it up in the comment section. Don't forget to send me emails if you have any questions also, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to spread love daily. Deuces.
Hey loves, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today, watching another video. If you missed the previous ones, go ahead and check those out below. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and also turn on your notifications so you don't miss another video.